Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you first things to do after setup on your Honor Magic V6. So as you guys can see, this is the end of the setup. We're gonna click try now and we are in our system. So now what are we gonna do? The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna enter the SIM card in. So we need a SIM tray opener. It looks just like this, and we need a SIM card. Now here we have the SIM card. What are we gonna do now is we're gonna simply remove the case. If you already have it on your phone, first you need to unfold it. Now we want to go over and remove the case. Once we remove the case, you should see that you have the SIM slot right here. So we're gonna enter our SIM tray in. Now once we do that, we need to push it in until it clicks, and once it clicks, it should stand out a little. So now you need to have a little bit of nails in order to take it out. As you guys can see, let me just place the phone back. Here we have the place for a SIM card. Also, it comes with a tutorial. So here we have to screen. It says to screen right here, and there's a little bit of an icon on what you should do. So the icon looks like this, and if it doesn't go in the first one, it will definitely go in the second one. It's pretty normal. It always happens like this. Now we want to make sure that we enter it and that it's flat right here so you cannot see it. Now we need to look at the center here. This is where we open it, and we're gonna go over, and here we have it on the left side, so it also has to match with the left side. We're gonna simply put it in, make sure that it is flat just by swiping like this, and as you guys can see, we should have our network in a second. So here we have our signal, here we have our network provider, we got it all. We can try and turn on the mobile data, it all works, and as you guys can see, that's how it looks like. So we got our SIM card ready. What are we going to do now is we're going to go over into settings, and in the settings go to Wi-Fi, select our network, here enter the password and click connect. As you guys can see, we are connecting to a network and we are connected because it says tap to share right here. What are we going to do next is we're going to add a Google account. So we're going to go to Play Store. This is the best way to do that. Here we click on sign in, and it is checking the info first. We should here we can sign in with ease. So I'm actually going to skip it here. We're going to go over and enter our email. And if your email ends at gmail.com, you don't have to type it in. So now we will be redirected into the password. So we're going to enter our password. I'll see you guys in a second once I enter mine. Once we enter the password and click next, we should see who will be using this device, and I will be selecting the first option. If you set up this device for your child, you select the second one. It doesn't really matter what you choose here. I mean, there will be a couple of restrictions. That's why we don't really do that here. And now I'm going to be selecting the first one. I click on I agree. And now we got the Google services, the backup, and everything loading up. So we should be in. Sometimes it likes to crash here, and it's normal because it is how Google works. Here we can select the Play Store in dark mode, light, or device default. We're going to click done, and we got our Play Store. What are we going to do now is we're going to update the apps via the Play Store. That's why we added our account here, so we are faster. We're going to go to My Apps and Games, click on Updates, and I got 30 updates available. So I'm going to click on Update All, and I'll see you guys once they're all downloaded. As you guys can see, there's some kind of error, and we have to easily just click it again and it will work. Now once we easily update our apps via Play Store, we need to set up the screen lock. So let's open up the settings, and in the settings, what are we going to do is we're going to go over and open up biometrics and password. Here, as you guys can see, we got the password section. We're going to click on lock screen password, and we can select the unlock method. We can choose the 4-digit pin, custom pin, pattern, or password. I'm going to go with custom pin. Here, I'm gonna enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And even though it is not a safe pin, then it will go through, but make sure that you set something up that you can easily remember, and it's not that easy to guess, because everybody will guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first try, and they get access to all of your files, all of your pictures, and etc. Now we have to add a fingerprint. We're gonna click add, click on add, and now we want to place our finger and swipe left and right here on our power button. So this is where the fingerprint sensor is. I would recommend raising your phone a little because it is much easier that way. And now we have to scan the bottom, the top, and soon it should be over with. So we got our enrollment successful. That means we are finally ready. We can click OK, and now we can set up face recognition. So we can click setup. We have to enter our password here. So we're gonna enter it, click next. And we can enable raise to wake. I always use this. We're gonna click get started, and we need to look into the camera. As you guys can see, I just looked into the camera. You saw the entire process, maybe a little, but you still saw it. And it's ready. You can enable face recognition with a mask. I wouldn't recommend it because it's much easier to just get over with your face recognition. Now we got everything set up. As you guys can see, the face enrollment, we can see that we can use it to unlock, same with our fingerprint. And once we set up all 3 screen locks, what are we gonna do is we're gonna set up the Google Wallet. So as you guys can see, sometimes the wallet can be pre-installed. Sometimes you have to install it from the Play Store. That's why if you don't have it, then go to Play Store and you should download it from here. We're going to continue as our Google account. Once we continue, we click on allow to allow the app to send us notifications, and we can click on the plus right here. We can add the payment card, transfer pass, loyalty card, gift card, and we can scan the QR code, barcode, and etc. just to get everything else here. We're going to go to payment card. Here we can click new credit or debit card, and of course you have an option to just enter the details here. As you guys can see, now these are some random numbers. I'm not gonna give out the real numbers here. As you guys can see, that's how it works. You just fill it up with your card number, month and year of the expiration date, and the security code from either the front or the back, depending on how your card is designed. Now we have save and continue, and you should easily just be able to use your card. It will be, let me show you, it'll be right at the top here where I have an option to set up my MasterCard. So now what are we going to do is we're going to go over and simply go and open up our battery settings. So once our Google Wallet is set up, we can start paying contactless, of course, now let's go to more connections, go to NFC, and make sure that your default wallet app is Google Wallet. After that, you're 100% sure. We're gonna go to battery settings now, right at the bottom here, and we can change our battery. So here we have battery modes. We can choose performance, but it will lower our battery time, and also it will increase our device's temperature. Here we have the balanced one, which is the best for the performance and battery life. Here we have power saving and ultra power saving. Now, power saving mode settings enable the automatic saving mode. Here you can change the percentage. I always like to use 25. It's much better because if you use 25, then you get that 5% more, and it may not seem a lot, but it is a lot. And 5% difference can really help you whenever you're struggling without a charger or anything. Make sure that you automatically disable the power saving mode whenever your phone is charged to at least 90%. And here you have optimization options, so you can reduce the refresh rate, or if you have low power mode, you can still have fun with 120 Hz. Also the dark mode, if you don't like dark mode, you can turn it off here. And now here we have battery optimization. As you guys can see, 2 battery draining apps are running in the background. Here we're gonna click optimize, and now the apps are closed and they will not bother you anymore. Here we have wireless reverse charging, and what reverse charging is, basically you enable it, and now you can easily click OK. You can rotate your phone, and for example, you can place headphones here. They are charging. We got the red dot These are the AirPods 3 Pros. They also have wireless charging. So whenever I place it here, there's a little bit of magnets, and you can charge your other device with them, or you can help your friend whenever his device is at like 20% and yours is at 100. Now we can go over and change the battery percentage. So we can show it inside the icon. We can just hide it. And if you hide it, you cannot see it on your control center. So it's like a dead end. You don't know how much battery you actually have unless you go here into the battery settings. So I always use the inside. I mean, it's the smoothest one. And here we have app launch. Now, as you guys can see, you can disable Gmail. And now if you disable the Gmail, you have an option to disable the run in the background option. You can add it as a secondary launch, so allow other apps to launch this app, or allow launch on startup or in background. Now, if you disable run in background, you also get a notification that your message receiving may be affected, so your emails will be delayed, but you can change it for apps that don't really matter. For example, Google TV, if you're not using it, you can just turn this off, and you can do that for every single app. Now we got more battery settings, and here the first one, battery health. If your battery health is lower than 80, you should definitely put your phone inside a device care so they can replace your battery. And now here we have power consumption alert. We want to make sure that it's enabled because it will detect whenever some apps are just trying to drain our battery a little. So we will know which apps are doing it, and we will be able to close them. Now we got the charging protection, so you can select smart charge, or you can add a custom charging limit. Now, of course, for longer battery life, you can limit it to 70 or 80%. As you guys can see, for longer battery life, limit charging to 80%. Here, you can select even 70, so that's great. But I would recommend using the smart charge because this way the device will learn whenever we're charging our phone, and it will go over. It will delay the charging, so it will charge to 80%. But if it knows that we are charging it for a little bit longer, then it will try and delay the charging so that whenever you wake up, it hits 100% perfectly, so that you don't risk your battery life. Now, the bypass charging. Whenever your battery is at least 20% or more, the device will basically power the system instead of the battery. So every single power that it gets, it goes straight to the system, and it just doesn't hurt your battery at all. It does not even touch it, and that's why it's called bypass charging, because it's bypassing the battery and it's going straight into the components, the system. That's why your phone is not hitting that much whenever you're bypass charging it. Here we have safe charging. So as you guys can see, to extend battery life, charging pauses when full and resumes below 95%. Now this is what it's called. This is how you call the safe charging. I'm not really sure how safe that is because I just wouldn't use it on my own phone. So I always keep it disabled. But if you're a fan of this function, so if you want to keep your battery at 100 no matter what, you can do that, and it doesn't destroy your battery that much. I'm just overreacting a little. Here we have smart battery capacity. So the battery will start to finish the charging once it's on its peak capacity. So this will basically reduce how your chargers last, but it will extend the battery life. Now, the system optimization. So this is for the newly installed version. And as you guys can see, you can optimize your system here. If it says optimized, you cannot touch it. But if it says optimized, you can click on it and it will optimize your system. Now, stay connected while asleep is really good because it will keep our Wi-Fi on even after the screen turns on. So, of course, we can turn it on. And as you guys can see, if this is disabled, some apps won't stay connected to the internet after the screen turns off. So we can go over, click OK. And now the Wi-Fi is turned on. It is turned back on here. And that's how it looks. Of course, we don't care about the manufacturer date. I mean, if you do, then you do. First use is when we first use this phone, and cycle count, how many times we've charged our phone from 0 to 100%. Of course, it is like whenever your phone is at 50% and you charge it to 100, it's like half a cycle. So if you do 50 to 100 2 times, it counts as one cycle here. And you want to make sure that you keep those cycles low, that you use your phone a little bit less. And of course, here we also have the battery use. So battery usage from each app. You can see the background and foreground. And now we can easily just go over, select more. We can click on an app and we can select the launch settings. So you can disable the app from running in the background. So that's it from the battery. Now what else can we do here is we can go over and, for example, pinch our screen to add some wallpaper and style. So we can change it to the color, we can change the icon style. For example, you can add the color to them, they will look like this. Also, you can easily just go over to more, and here you have the themes, but themes are not really usable here. I mean, I'm not a big fan of them. Here we have cards, so we have AI suggestions, widgets, text widget. And from the widget, for example, we can easily select, for example, let it be Gemini. Now we got our feature here, and of course we can make it a bit bigger so we can have some more options. As you guys can see, this is how it looks like, and we can also click on them, but we need to set up our assistant. So if you press and hold the power button only, as you guys can see, the Gemini will work. And if you want to search something, you press and hold the line at the bottom. You can select something from your screen, so I'll select this widget, and as you guys can see, you will see the if you go to AI mode with this picture, it should respond to you what it sees. So as you guys can see, Samsung Galaxy AI Select formerly Smart Select toolbar introduced in Samsung's One UI 7 update. So you know that AI is really wrong sometimes because we are on an Honor and it's just the Gemini's widget. But if it works, it works. You can easily just select things. You can let me do the better example. Here we have My Honor. We're gonna select it, and it will straight tell us that this is the My Honor app icon featuring a white rounded square, and etc. So it works just fine. Now you can add some widgets. You can change your wallpapers, your styles. You can also manage your always on display. There's a lot of things that you can do on this phone. What are we going to do is we're going to go over, and as a last resort here, the last thing you need to do before you start using your phone normally is check for software updates. So if you got a new phone, you want to make sure that you're on the latest version, because it's very important that you don't have any old glitches. That's why we go to system updates. We go over to software update, the first option from the top, and it is checking for updates now. As you guys can see, we are up to date, so we can check for updates twice to make sure that it's real. And it is, we are on the latest version. If you're not, make sure to update. And that's it for the video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, then make sure to leave a like, subscription, and a comment. And that's it for the video. Bye.